We have some breaking news on today's show. Shams Charania says the Celtics are going after Washington Wizards big man Kristaps Porzingis in what would be a potential opt-in and trade. Kristaps Porzingis has to decide by the end of the day whether to opt in to the last year of his current contract. He could do that and then maybe get traded here to the Boston Celtics. We'll get into more of this in a second. But first, make sure you subscribe, because if the Celtics do trade for Kristaps Porzingis, we're going to have you covered. We're going to get you a video ASAP. We're getting you guys this video just minutes after the Shams Charania story broke. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications. We got the draft tomorrow. We got free agency next week. You want to stay in the loop. So be sure to turn on those notifications after you subscribe. Here's what Shams Charania just said about the Kristaps Porzingis situation. The Celtics are pursuing Kristaps Porzingis from the Wizards in a potential opt-in and trade deal. I'm told Boston and Washington have been in discussions on a potential framework as Porzingis navigates his decision on his $36 million player option for next season. When I hear this report from Shams Charania, my first reaction is, this could happen pretty quickly. Again, the deadline for Porzingis to make a decision is today. When Shams Charania says something, it's pretty legit. And Shams Charania says the Celtics are pursuing Kristaps Porzingis, and if they want to get this done in terms of it being an opt-in and trade, it's got to get done by the end of the day. Now, what do you think? Let me know down in the comments section. Should Boston trade for Kristaps Porzingis, type T for trade or type P for pass? Down in the comments section, go down and let me know, what do you think? Should Boston trade for Kristaps Porzingis? This would be huge if Boston could add Kristaps. I mean, you look at him as a player, he's coming off a career year. He would have been, if he decides to opt out, he would be one of the best free agents available, and the Celtics, I think, are going to go after a big man. They want to add a guy like Porzingis to this roster. Taking a look at the numbers here for Porzingis last year, 23.2 points per game, 8.4 rebounds per game, pretty good defensively, 1.5 blocks per game, shot nearly 50% from the floor, and he does have that three-point shooting capability at 38.5%. Again, if this happens, it will happen by the end of the day, because players have to make a decision on opting in or opting out. If he opts in, that $36 salary would be what he makes next season. If he opts out, he is an unrestricted free agent. But I think the goal for the Celtics here is they don't want to let this guy become an unrestricted free agent. They want to get this done now and then maybe give him an extension after he gets to Boston. Here's a trade idea I drew up here before the show, and this is maybe what a Kristaps deal would look like. The Celtics receive Kristaps Porzingis, who would be your new big man. The Wizards get Malcolm Brogdon, who has been in a lot of trade rumors after winning Sixth Man of the Year. Robert Williams III, tough to give him up, but I think you'd have to include him in this deal, and the 35th overall pick. Now, maybe they would include Gallinari, maybe they would include Pritchard, but you're taking on here over $30 million. You got to ship $30 million out. Brogdon and Williams set to make around $35, $37 million combined next year. That would be enough in terms of salary to get this done. Here is what the potential starting five for Boston would look like after this trade. You'd have Marcus Smart and Derek White. They'd be starting in your backcourt. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and then Kristaps Porzingis at the 5. And I think it's important for the Celtics to go out and get a guy that can start at the 5, be productive, be able to shoot the basketball from deep as well. Robert Williams is really good, but he hasn't been able to stay healthy, and then Al Horford's aging. Al Horford should not be starting a lot next year. He should be more of a bench guy. Rate that starting 5 that you just saw on your screen. Scale it 1 to 10 down in the comments section. Rate that starting 5 for Boston. I mean, look, the Celtics get better as a basketball team if you bring Kristaps Porzingis to town. That's my take. And the Celtics are going into next year, I think, with the mentality, again, that it's championship or bust. They lost in the finals in 2022. They lost in 7 games to the Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals this year. They want to win a championship, but this roster has got to get better, and I think it gets better by bringing a guy like Kristaps Porzingis to town, having him be a reliable guy at the 5. Now, are the Celtics going to keep that 35th pick? If they make this trade, I would say no. But if they do keep the pick, you're going to want to keep it locked to our coverage here on Chat Sports. Even if the Celtics don't have a pick, you want to tune in. YouTube.com/ChatSportsTV. We are going to be live on our main channel every single pick. No commercial breaks. We're going live 2 hours before Adam Silver steps to the podium. So 6 p.m. Eastern time is when we are going live. That is the link to subscribe to our main channel, youtube.com/ChatSportsTV. That link is in the comments and the description. If the Celtics do make a draft pick tomorrow night, I'm going to be on this channel giving my reaction to that. It will not be live. It's going to be a video, though, that we put out after the pick, so be sure to turn on your notifications for that as well. Looking forward to seeing you guys during our draft coverage tomorrow night. Another reaction I had, I know I mentioned the first reaction I had is, man, this sounds like it could get done pretty quickly. The second reaction I had, could Chris Paul be included in this deal? Now, from a salary perspective, I don't see how that would be possible, but Chris Paul has been linked to Boston a lot. He is currently, at least for now, a Wizard, a member of the Washington Wizards, but they're trying to find a third team to reroute Chris Paul. That trade is not finalized yet. They could add a third team to this, but Chris Paul's set to make $30 million next year, in addition to Porzingis making, 36? So I just don't see how it'd be possible for you to get both of those guys in this deal. But it's a question that I had, and I'm sure a question some of y'all had when you heard that the Wizards and the Celtics are in serious talks to send Kristaps Porzingis to Boston. Boston also has inquired about DeAndre Ayton, says Chris Haynes, NBA Central, tweeting out that the Phoenix Suns have spoken to the C's about DeAndre Ayton. Now, when I hear that report, when I hear the Kristaps Porzingis report, it's clear that the Celtics want to add a big man this offseason. They do not feel content with Robert Williams III and Al Horford being their two guys there. And those are good players, but again, Al Horford's aging. Robert Williams, he struggled to stay healthy. They feel like they have a void that they need to fill at the 5. Kristaps Porzingis makes a lot of sense if you can get that done. DeAndre Ayton might make some sense as well. The Suns have no cap space. He's set to make a lot of money. Maybe he could be moved to Boston. But I would expect the Celtics to make a move for a big man, and it might happen before tomorrow night's draft. So you want to subscribe to the channel to stay in the loop. Again, if Boston makes a move, we're getting you guys a video.